Welcome everyone! Today we're going to be showing you how to grow fenugreek, also known as methi, right in your backyard. Now methi is one of the easiest leafy greens to grow, and it's packed with flavor and lots of nutritional benefits. So we're going to be showing you how you can grow this organically in your own backyard. So to start with, we're going to need to get our seeds. Now these are the same fenugreek seeds we use for cooking, and you can really find them at any supermarket. Alright, so now that we've gotten our fenugreek seeds, we're just going to be planting these into our soil. So this is a close-up of my garden bed, and I have a nice flat layer of garden soil here. So I'm just sprinkling these fenugreek seeds onto it, and it's not really an exact science. So don't worry about going one by one and placing these fenugreek seeds evenly spaced out. You just want to make sure you're sprinkling it and roughly distributing it across your area that you're planting on. And this will just make sure each seed has enough space that can allow it to grow. So now for a top-down view, here's sort of what we're looking at in terms of my distribution. Again, not an exact science, but we can see that our seeds are not overlapping and they have enough space to grow. Right. After you've scattered these fenugreek seeds evenly across the soil, the next step is to gently cover them with a very thin layer of additional potting mix. Now this potting mix has some additional fertilizer in it, and it's important because it protects the seeds from being exposed to too much sunlight or from drying out too quickly if it doesn't get enough water. Now it's important at this point that we don't compress this layer of potting mix on top of our fenugreek seeds. So we want to make sure it's a nice light and airy layer of potting mix that really allows the fenugreek seeds to germinate and sprout through these seeds when it's time for them. So again, just lightly sprinkling it over the top, making sure that all of our fenugreek seeds are being covered relatively evenly. So aim for about 1/2 centimeter thick of a layer here. Alright, so before we can water our newly planted fenugreek, we need to talk a bit about our hose spray attachment. So here we have the shower mode, which as you can see is a really strong stream of water. Now this is good for watering our grass, but it's going to displace our methi seeds if we use it on these new planted seeds. So instead I'm going to be switching my hose setting to mist. Now if you don't have a mist setting on your hose, you can always use a spray bottle or just very lightly have the shower setting. But here you can see with mist, it's a very nice and light stream of water that'll make sure our methi doesn't get displaced when being watered. Alright, so now we're going to come back to our newly planted fenugreek seeds, and I have my hose with me on the mist setting. So I'm just going to give these a light misting, and I don't want too much water to pool here because I don't want to drown out the methi seeds. Instead, I just want to make sure that the soil gets nice and dark, indicating that it's getting moist and there's enough water for these seeds to germinate. Another thing to note is we want to come back here whenever the soil starts to be dry for the next few days and weeks. Just make sure you're re-moistening it on the mist setting, and you'll start to see the seeds germinate very soon. Alright, so fast forward a couple weeks and our fenugreek has really proliferated. And you can see here it's greater than 1 foot tall with these nice trifoliate leaves. So thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you can give this one a try. We'll show you in a later video how you can actually harvest this methi properly to get more growth throughout the summer.